Good evening. We begin with continuing coverage after a 15-year-old was shot and killed Tuesday night.
Devin Furshing was a sophomore at the Altoona Area School District. Now 3 teenagers are arrested and charged in connection to his death. Furshing was found on the 100 block of the 4th Avenue alleyway with a gunshot wound to the head. Investigators spent Wednesday at the scene using a search dog combing for evidence. During several interviews, officers learned Furshing was dropped off by a group of friends who then claim they left. However, investigators now say this was all a setup. Our colleague Knutson spoke with police today.
Now, Colleen, tell us more about the charges here and what led up to the shooting.
Well, John, Amanda, as you said, police are calling this a setup. The suspects allegedly contacted the victim through Snapchat about buying marijuana when their plan that evening was to rob him. The 3 suspects, 15-year-old Damian Green, 16-year-old Logan Persing, and 15-year-old Owen Sutherland, allegedly met the 15-year-old Devin Furshing near Jefferson Park on Tuesday night and threatened him with a handgun to give them marijuana and money.
Sutherland then struck the victim twice in the head and face with the handgun.
Sutherland allegedly told police he had his finger on the trigger as the victim reached for the gun. It went off at point-blank range, hitting the victim in the left temple.
It's a real tragedy, you know, having 15-year-old kids murder another 15-year-old over, you know, $100 and some marijuana.
The suspects allegedly ran from the scene. Friends of the victim, who dropped him off near the park, started texting and calling after they heard the loud bang. When he didn't respond, they ran to the scene and saw the 15-year-old lying on the ground.
The one friend took off his shirt, attempted to stop the bleeding, and actually it's even in the complaint that you know, they started saying a prayer for the victim as they rendered aid towards him.
After the shooting, police say the suspect called friends who were not at the scene and told them what happened.
Reports of that conversation on the cell phone was that Sutherland was more upset about forgetting the bag of marijuana laying on the ground beside the victim rather than actually killing him.
Now, the suspects are being charged as adults in this case. That decision was made by the county's district attorney's office. Green and Persing are facing second-degree murder charges, robbery charges, among other things. And Sutherland is charged with first-degree murder and robbery charges. Now, as for the gun, police have not been able to find it. Sutherland allegedly bought it illegally for $110 and 3 grams of marijuana. Sergeant Plummer says he wouldn't be surprised if this gun was stolen out of a vehicle from the city. And as you can see behind me, there are friends and loved ones of the victim here paying their respects at the memorial. In Altoona, I'm Colleen Knutson, WTAJ News.